everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this call today. It's always nice to step away from the craziness of our everyday lives and dream a little bit about travel and that bucket list we've been thinking about for so long. My name is Stephanie Governelli, and I'm the Director of Sales here with Kensington Tours. We are a close partner to CruiseWeb, and I'd like to thank them for having us on this call today to speak to you. As a partner to CruiseWeb, we work in the background to bring you the very best in luxury private guided experiences. In this presentation today, we'll talk a little bit about private guided experiences and what that really means, what sets Kensington Tours apart, and then we'll discover very briefly some of the 100 countries worldwide that we can send you to.
We create the experience. We are not in the business of travel. We are the architects of possibilities, the agents of change. People travel to relax, to discover, and better understand the world. Our business is not the booking of tours. We are architects of travel, which means we start with the important questions, not just where and when, but rather, why? Since everybody's why is different, we must be different. So no, we are not in the business of booking tours. We're in the business of discovery. Personalized travel leads to personal discovery. We create the experience that changes the life.
Since our inception, Kensington Tours has been a pioneer and leader in the private guided space, but you might be wondering what it means or why you might want to travel with a private guide. Private guided touring means no set departures, no minimum spend, and no existing groups for you to join. You travel where you want and when you want. Simply work with your CruiseWeb travel advisor on the must-haves of your trip, and our destination experts will work with your travel advisor to create a very personalized itinerary to fit your needs. Whether you're looking for culturally immersive experiences, relaxation, culinary delights, exclusive access, or unique places to stay, we can make it happen. And then your local private guide takes it one step further in destination by helping you to authentically experience their country. When you travel private guided, your guide is your guide. They go where you want to go, show you what you came to see, and they can adjust the day's itinerary according to your needs on any given day. Kensington Tours brings you the value and expertise of our in-destination partners who provide us with the world's best, most informed, and most traveler-focused guides around. Our guides are the top guides in every region, and we regularly vet and train our guides to ensure that they consistently deliver the very best experience possible. Our guides are not just experts in their region either. They are specialist guides that service unique needs or interests. So our guides are culinary experts, they're historians, archaeologists, and museum curators for history-themed activities. They're licensed expert for unique outdoor or adventure travel activities. So whatever it is you're looking to accomplish in your experience while you travel with us, we're going to make sure that happens. So let's talk a little bit about the Kensington Advantage and why Kensington. Kensington Tours is a multi-award-winning luxury tour operator offering tailor-made private guided experiences to the world's most extraordinary destinations. You can see some of the many accolades we have earned throughout the industry on the bottom, which we're very, very proud of. Our brand promise is to create the experiences that changes the life. I mentioned our local guides, and I'm going to bring it up a few more times. This is a very important part of who we are and the experience you will have with us. These local guides are vetted experts and can provide exclusive access to sites, including after-hours museum visits and local-only experiences. I'd like to give you an example. For instance, when visiting Venice, the majority of visitors to Venice visit and sightsee during the day. At Kensington, we'll often schedule time in the evenings to sightsee when the crowds have gone for the day and the city is filled with local culture and experiences, really allowing you to see the destination the way it was meant to be experienced. Our talented product research team designs and builds unique itineraries that provide you with unparalleled levels of access and local contact in the world's greatest places. Each itinerary designed with your CruiseWeb travel advisor is managed by one of our 150 destination experts behind the scenes. Each destination expert is charged with customizing travel experiences and work on your travel plans before, during, and after each trip. These experts are from the regions that they specialize in, so they're offering really in-depth knowledge of that destination. These experts remain in constant contact with our partners and destination while each trip is underway and can respond to changes and surprises in real time. Very important, because travel can be unpredictable, we provide you with peace of mind and 24/7 in-country support at all times. And last but not least, our guides are always proficient in English, so there are never any language barriers while traveling, and they can really help and assist you through your journey. So I'd like to invite you to learn about Kensington Tours yourself on Trustpilot. Kensington Tours NPS scores are significantly above average for the industry and really off the charts within the travel space. So we're very, very proud of that, and we invite you to take a look if you are interested in planning a trip with Kensington and CruiseWeb. We are heavily focused on technology here at Kensington from A to Z. So of course, when you travel with us, you do have access to an app. It's really designed to give you on-the-go access to information about every facet of your Kensington Tours experience. It's very easy to use, and it's really your digital travel companion that you'll have on with you at all times. You have the ability to check your flights. It allows you to see updates to your itinerary, and you can easily access and connect with support while you're in destination. You can also share the app with friends and family so that they'll know where you are at any given time during your trip. So today we'll be looking at where we can send you in our portfolio, but just to get your imagination going a little bit, we want to know what it is you're looking to accomplish in your travel plans. We can provide a deep portfolio of specialty and themed trips, so whether you're honeymooning or you're looking for a family trip, multi-generational family trip, food and wine discovery trips, off-peak and seasonal holiday trips, if you're looking to accomplish something very specific, like maybe see the cherry blossoms in Japan or incredible wildlife in a destination, we can put that together for you. We can combine these themes as well. So if you have a multi-generational trip and you're looking to do a little focus on food and wine, we can put those two together. Christmas markets along with some river cruising. Maybe you want to plan a pre or post trip during your river cruise. We can put that private guided touring experience together for you also. So it's really limitless in terms of possibilities and what you can plan. We always say put a wish list together, work with your travel advisor at CruiseWeb, and we'll make sure that we can hit as many of those components or that wish list as possible. So now we'll take a look at some of the regions you can visit with Kensington Tours. First, we'll look at Africa. In Africa, we cover over 20 countries and an endless choice of safaris. Kensington has been an expert in this destination since 2006, so our deep roots and extensive knowledge bring out the region's very, very best. Within the destination, we can offer both active and multi-generational safaris. For those active safaris, believe it or not, more and more safaris are placing an emphasis on getting out of vehicles. So safari options to consider would include walking, boating, camel and horseback riding, and even hot air ballooning. For the multi-generational safaris, a safari is often a once-in-a-lifetime adventure, so why not have your whole family get involved? More safari lodges are gearing their product towards these multi-generational groups with villa-style lodging, kid-friendly safari activities, and a lot of built-in downtime, because that's important in your experience too. Africa also lends itself to terrific culinary experiences. So Africa and the Middle East are emerging in this category. Everything from five-star dining in Cape Town to shopping for ingredients at local markets can be done, with many more ideas available. available. So just work with your advisor, and they'll make sure that they relay that information to our destination experts, and we'll really make sure that we put something wonderful together for you in the destination. And moving on to wonderful Asia, which we like to say is a feast for the senses. We travel to more than 15 countries in Asia. We offer a well-balanced portfolio of very traditional destinations like China, Vietnam, Japan, and Thailand. But we also offer emerging hotspots for top-notch coverage through Asia. So Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and Mongolia, just to name a few. So to whet your palate a little bit, we'll take a look at Thailand. In Bangkok, if you didn't know this, Bangkok boasts 17 Michelin-starred restaurants, the most famous ones being Nam and Gagan. We can actually arrange for reservations at any of the Michelin-starred restaurants, including these two very popular ones. And then emerging accommodation options include Elephant Hills, which is a deluxe tented camping experience. How cool would that be? And a jungle retreat in a national park. And for families visiting Thailand, the Bon Silapin artisan community in Bangkok is an excellent day trip, especially when you pair it with a Klong boat ride. In Vietnam, for example, Hanoi's French Quarter is rapidly becoming a hotspot for foodies seeking a mix of traditional French wine and cuisine in a decidedly non-French atmosphere. And then, of course, Ho Chi Minh City is a fascinating place filled with things you can only find in the company of a local. We can arrange for a private motorbike tour that can get adventurous travelers deep into the city. Moving on to Australia and the Pacific, the Down Under, we have infinite itineraries across these 4 countries. And just to give you an idea of what's to do in Australia and the Pacific, programs that are becoming very popular are focused on active family travel, culinary experiences all throughout the region. Moving on to Egypt and the Middle East, we specialize in 5 countries, including Egypt, Israel, Jordan, United Arab Emirates, and Oman. These destinations have a heavy emphasis on archaeological tours and a growing portfolio of religious-themed experiences in the Holy Land. So again, if there's something that you've been interested in seeing, let us know. We'll put together a really, really great itinerary for you. I do want to note in Egypt, we're very proud to say that we're one of the very few tour companies to travel back there. So if that's been on your bucket list, we're definitely a great place a great company to travel with. And Latin America, vast itineraries in 15 countries throughout Latin America. Some very important points of interest in these destinations, of course. Culinary offerings, again, we keep hearing that. A lot of people are traveling because of their culinary interests. So we do have that available, and they have become very popular throughout all of South America. We can assist in helping you discover Latin America's untapped premium and luxury offerings if that's where it is what you wanted to experience while in Latin America. There's increased media attention on nature touring throughout Latin America. For example, Argentina is home to some of the world's most important and rare natural habitats and wildlife. So we can include things like that in your itinerary. And of course, the very popular Machu Picchu, which, as I said, has become so popular. There's an increase in visitor traffic, which has resulted in longer lineups and new entrance rules. So it's definitely a destination that you want to experience with your own private guide. It would be just such a difference to experience it instead of going with a group. And then in Costa Rica, there's an increased interest in adventure and sustainable touring. Cultural tourism is another area of interest in the government initiatives, really. So we can put together itineraries surrounding that in Latin America. And then, of course, moving on to wonderful Europe, our largest region with emphasis on authentic local experiences, behind-the-scenes access, and boutique properties. We sell 40 countries and unlimited possibilities. So we find that it used to be when we traveled, we were satisfied perhaps enjoying a local wine at a cafe in Paris. But more and more, we're finding today's travelers want a deeper connection and experience to that destination. So we want to maybe visit the vineyard and learn about or speak to the monks who tended the grapes, and we can make that happen for you. In Italy, for instance, we offer private cruises on Lake Garda and to the exclusive Isola del Garda. Private cooking lessons with a skilled chef in Rome. How wonderful is that? And in England, a helicopter flight over all of London. In Spain, you can make your own bottle of wine with personal labels on a winemaker for a day experience in La Rioja. Or you can visit vineyards that have produced wines for more than 6 generations. And in Norway, why not get picked up by a dog sled team right from the tarmac upon arrival? And in Greece, of course, this is going to be my yacht plug here. We have private yachting, which is a really popular feature in this part of the world. Our yachts take travelers to places they'd otherwise never discover. So you can island hop throughout Greece as well as some other destinations on a private yacht that accommodate anywhere from 4 to 12 passengers. And in Croatia, maybe you're dying to see the Christmas markets. They're some of Europe's best, so we can build itineraries around that with plenty of other experiences. And now we'll talk a little bit more about our own backyard, North America, because it is a very special place. In California, which is truly exceptional destination, that really has something to offer for everybody. Sonoma and Napa Valley, for instance, you can take a scenic horseback ride through the Sonoma Valley and explore some of Napa Valley's most notable wineries on a full-day private tour. Or maybe you want to explore San Francisco in a vintage Volkswagen by bus one day and then visit the ancient redwoods with your private guide the next. And of course, the Canadian Rockies, spanning almost 2,000 miles, the Rocky Mountain Range is nothing short of mighty. We offer many experiences throughout the Canadian Rockies, but for just to kind of whet your palate, you can take in breathtaking views of Banff from the top of Sulphur Mountain, soar above the Columbia Icefield on a private helicopter ride, spend time in the UNESCO Heritage Site of Jasper, or immerse yourself in a cosmopolitan Vancouver city tour with your own private guide. Discover the Rockies and Vancouver by rail even, allowing you to see the coastal charm and diverse culture of Vancouver. So lots of options in the Canadian Rockies, whether you want to be a metropolitan city sightseer, visit the nature of the beautiful Rocky Mountains, or combine the two and do a little bit of both. And so many people love to experience Alaska by cruise ship, which is absolutely wonderful, of course, but a totally different experience would be to experience Alaska by land with a private guide and really dig deep into what it is that Alaska has to offer. So why not take a helicopter ride over glaciers and icebergs, land on a snowfield high up on a glacier, and maybe enjoy some time with Alaskan sled dogs and their mushers. You can actually take the dog team for an exhilarating dog sled ride through real snow, stand on the runners and mush your own dog team, or relax on the sled as the mushers run the team. For our nature lovers, discover the spectacular wildlife that they call Denali National Park. There are fishing experiences by helicopter or whitewater rafting. We can put together a wonderful Alaska land experience for you, pre or post cruise, or if you were interested in just doing Alaska by land, we can build a really comprehensive itinerary for you there too. And last but not least, our wonderful, or I shouldn't say last but not least, I have more, our wonderful national parks. Our national parks are widely regarded as America's best idea. The national parks hold a special place in the hearts of Americans with their monumental history and diverse natural beauty, and rightfully so. So we can plan a completely customized experience to see Zion National Park's steep red cliffs. You can discover the immense beauty of the Grand Canyon, experience a wildlife safari tour in Grand Teton National Park, and of course, visit the oldest national park in the United States, Yellowstone, which boasts some of the most spellbinding landscapes on the planet. We accompanied When accompanied by a private guide, you'll venture deep into the parks and get immersed into their unmatched beauty. So if you're looking to visit parks combined with cities or just do the parks alone, we're happy to put together that perfect itinerary to really give you that all-American experience at what we call America's Best Idea. You can even discover the East Coast with Kensington Tours. So the contrast of urban New York City and America's historic capital with a combined tour of New York and DC would be a good idea, or why not do them by themselves? For instance, the New York City tour offers things like the 9/11 Memorial and Museum with your own private guide, the enchanting sights of Manhattan's most desirable residential neighborhood, the West Village. You can do a Brooklyn culinary tour or a bike ride through Central Park. So lots of great ideas. If you're looking for a long weekend getaway, we would love to put together a luxury private guided experience to these wonderful destinations for you. So our product research team is working really hard to expand on the popularity of more local travel here in the US. So we'll be announcing some new destinations in the coming months. Just to name a few: Hawaii, Las Vegas, Churchill, Eastern Canadian cities, and the Maritimes, and more than that. So keep an eye, and if there's something specific you're looking for, I would advise that you work with your cruise web advisor to assist you through that experience. I want you to know when you travel with Kensington Tours, your well-being and happiness is our utmost priority. In these extraordinary times, we're striving to be flexible, supportive, and as responsive as possible. For those of you in the planning stages of your trip, together with your cruise web advisor, we are providing advice on where and when you should travel. Our knowledgeable and experienced team is here to help guide you through this unprecedented situation. We continue to closely monitor the impact of COVID-19 on travel through the U.S. State Department, the Government of Canada, and our partners on the ground throughout the world. We will keep our community of travelers well informed of all new developments as we learn more. Bookings can be made now for travel with Kensington in 2021 without worry, because you can change your mind for any reason right up to 7 days before departure. When you book before June 30th of 2020, you have the flexibility of knowing that for any reason, you may postpone your trip or cancel it for 100% future travel credit. Your travel investment is always fully protected, including airfare. No strings attached, so you have real peace of mind when planning your bucket list dream vacation. And you can work with your cruise web advisor for more information on that. I do want to say, the private guided experience lends itself to really personalized travel. So you won't be traveling in any groups, small or large. It's you and your family or your significant other or the small group that you put together on your own. You're not going to be traveling with masses. You won't be doing tours with other people. So it really lends itself to the health and safety and experiences that are so important in these trying times that we're experiencing. So we have a few questions here that I'm going to address. Anything beyond this, you can feel free to reach out to your cruise web advisor and they'll be able to assist you further. We have a question here: is traveling with a private guide expensive? That's a great question, actually. So every Kensington trip is 100% personalized to fit your needs, and that includes our pricing. A private guided tour ranges in cost depending on the length of your trip, what time of year you travel, the number of travelers in your party, as well as the destinations that you wish to visit. So there's a lot of components that go into planning a trip like this, and with the help of your cruise web travel advisor, we can really design your dream trip within your ideal budget. So it's a good idea to get an idea of which style of private guided travel suits your budget and give as much information as possible to your travel advisor, and they will be able to help you to plan within your budget. Here's another great question. Can Kensington assist with my visa and entry documents? So again, in conjunction with your CruiseWeb travel advisor, we absolutely can help do that. With them, we'll talk through your visa options prior to travel and provide supporting documents you'll need to present at the airport. And given the climate that we're in right now, we'll even take that a step further in terms of what countries are open or when they plan on opening, what travel requirements are required with COVID, as well as what the in-destination teams are doing for your health and safety in terms of temperature checking and all of that. So again, working with an expert in that destination who has those relationships will kind of cut through all of those what might seem to be overwhelming right now. Will make it possible, and our team is already working to do that. Another great question, how do I get started? So you really start by putting together a list of what it is you want to do, where you want to go, what you'd like to accomplish, even if it seems crazy, and give that list to your CruiseWeb advisor, and they will look through it and will work to put something wonderful together for you. Don't be afraid to ask for 2 itineraries if that's something that interests you. If you're not really sure, do I want 5-star or do I want 4-star hotels? Do I want a more adventurous itinerary or do I want something with a little more leisure time? So don't be afraid to ask for two different versions. What's really nice about that is when you ask for more than one itinerary, we can then marry the two and really, as we say, hit a home run with that itinerary and develop something that's the best of both worlds. So don't be afraid to ask for that. I'm going to close out. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So any other questions, I'd ask that you refer to your CruiseWeb advisor. So I thank you very, very much for hopping on today and learning a little bit about Kensington Tours and private guided experiences. On behalf of our team here at Kensington Tours, we'd like to thank you for your time, and we hope that we can plan the adventure of a lifetime for you very, very soon. Thanks, everyone.